Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this super easy DIY tablescape, and almost everything you see is from the Dollar Tree, so this is also really inexpensive. So the supplies you're going to need, I have all laid out here on my coffee table. The first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need to get one of these small pans. You're going to need 3 of the medium-sized ones and 3 of these big pizza pans. And I got all of these in like the kitchen section. You're also going to want to get some of these glass candle holders, which will help you make the tiers. And then I got this white paint from Michael's. It was only $1. Then you're also going to want some hot glue or E6000, a paintbrush, and then as decorative pieces, I got these 3 little decorative houses from the Dollar Tree, and I thought they were going to be really cute, kind of on the different levels, just to add a little bit of dimension. And they all have like a cute little saying on them, so I really liked the way these looked. But these are totally optional if this isn't your thing, and you can also stick a candle in each of them, a little tea light candle, which I thought was really cute. And the other optional piece were these like little wall decals. I thought these were really pretty, and I love the color blue, so I was gonna put these on the different tiers as well, just to add a little bit of a touch of color, but again, that is totally optional. So the first thing that I did was I got all of my stuff kind of situated, and I took off the little tags and whatnot on all of my pans and the little stickies that are underneath them. It's like a hot glue sticky that keeps it on. And I'm going to be painting these white. Now, of course, you could paint these any color. It would probably be a lot easier to spray paint, but because I live in an apartment, there's really nowhere that I can spray paint because I'm not allowed to do it outside. And it was also been really rainy here in Georgia. So I just decided to paint it. It also added a little bit of a rustic feel because you could kind of see through a little bit in certain areas because I went a little bit lighter. And I ended up painting these with 2 light coats of just the white paint. And you can get paint at the Dollar Tree. You can also get it really cheap at Walmart. I just happened to be at Michael's, and this particular white paint was just up at the front, where they have like their $1, $2 little ticket items. This is also the same paint that I used when I did my DIY Disney shoes and mini ears. It was the same paint, I just used it with the black. So it works really well. You do want to cover this completely. You will need to have at least 2 coats, or like I said, you could spray paint it. But I am super happy for spring. This is finally getting warm, and it's one of my favorite seasons. I love all of the flowers and the festivals that go on around here. I love Flower and Garden down at Disney, which I will be going to with my mom this year, which I'm super excited about. It's always so pretty seeing all the topiaries and everything. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and paint these and let them dry completely. And as a little tip for you guys, after I finished filming this, I used the hot glue later on. I will tell you guys that I ended up replacing the hot glue with some super glue, but you could also use E6000. I just found that when, like, if my cats got on the table when I wasn't around, or if something got bumped, it would come off because the hot glue wasn't strong enough to keep it together. But for this video, I ended up using the hot glue just because I was in a pinch and I didn't have any super glue or E6000 with me, but I would highly recommend that you guys use that instead, just to make it more sturdy. So now that everything is painted and dry, I'm going to go ahead and add on my little blue wall decals. And like I said at the beginning, this is completely optional, but I just wanted that pop of color. I will say the way that I tried to get it most in the center, if you want to be really accurate, you could use like a ruler and find like the actual diameter and then find the middle. But what I ended up doing was I actually just got like up higher so that I could look completely down like a airplane view, just looking straight, and that's kind of how I got it as close to the center as possible. They're not perfect, but because I'm going to be stacking these and they're going to be in different layers, you actually won't really be able to look straight down on most of them to see if they're perfectly even, so that really didn't bother me that much. And I also wanted to make sure that I kind of alternated the different patterns, because there was 3 different patterns in this particular pack that I had. And then because I'm doing two-tiered trays, and then I'm doing 1 3-tier, I decided that the top tier I was going to put a bunch of the little decals on there. But all I'm doing now is I'm taking the hot glue and I'm taking the glass candle holder and I'm putting that in the center of the large, like, pizza size pans, and making sure to apply a decent amount of pressure. But like I said earlier, I did end up replacing that with some super glue, and that way it gave it some more stability as it was on my kitchen table. So one of the trickiest parts about this entire DIY is getting everything centered and getting it like as even as possible. So that is actually one perk of the hot glue, is you can take things off and move them around and kind of get where you want it to go. But it is something that takes a little bit of extra time, and you can get really precise with it by measuring, like I said earlier. But I just really love how, like, simple the overall project is, besides of course making it even. But I think this looks really nice, and you can completely customize it, which is something I try to always stay true to when it comes to any of my DIY videos. I want you guys to be able to pick your own color scheme, do your own thing, but still be able to have, like, the DIY itself turn out the same no matter what you choose to do with it. And that's something I really try to stick to. So then once I finished gluing all of my pieces together, I started kind of fiddling around with where I wanted certain things to go and how I wanted certain things to look. I kind of tried to picture how I wanted this to look on my table. These just so happen to fit really perfectly on my table, but if you guys have a smaller one, you could just do 2, or you could even do 1. So how I ended up setting this up was I got some lace doilies from the Dollar Tree. I got 2 packs of these, and I got these last year, so I already had them on hand. And I started to set the different trays, and I had the 3-tier in the center, and I have the 2 tiers on the ends. And this is when I got a little bit more creative with my decor. So I just placed the 2 smaller houses that I got from the Dollar Tree on the 2-tiered ones, and then I put the larger one that just says welcome on the 3-tier on the bottom, so that way it gives it a little bit of dimension. And I also had these flowers from the Dollar Tree that I had picked up to actually just put into a vase in my spare room that was empty, and I ended up taking them and I actually put them around the different levels of the trays that I just made, because I was like, this adds a little bit more of a touch of spring, it adds some color, and you can change these out seasonally because you fill up the entire bottom. So even with those decals, you can keep it plain and clean and crisp and simple. With just the decals, you can make it more of a spring thing with flowers. You can do fall with like some faux pumpkins. You can put Christmas ornaments during Christmas time, and because it's white, it pretty much almost always goes with everything, that at least with my decor that I have. So I really liked this, and I got white flowers, yellow and blue. I just kind of got a bunch of different ones, and I just laid them around, and I didn't end up going all the way around, but I went back later and got some more flowers to finish going around, because like I said originally, I wasn't even planning on putting the flowers in there, but I thought this added just the right touch of spring. So the last touch that I added was this flower from Bath & Body Works. It's Pink Apple Punch, and the notes are crisp apple, sun-kissed melon, and sugar crystals. This one just smells really good when it's lit, and of course you could change this up. I have changed the candle a couple of times, not just because of the fragrance, but I ended up getting a candle that was a really pretty blue that just kind of went with it, and I just took the label off, so it was just a plain white candle. But this is how everything turned out. I think this is so cute, and this was such an easy project that I think anyone can do it, and it's going to be on a budget, which is something that I am really passionate about on my channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!